All right, we are back. This is week number 5. Is this 5, ladies?
Yeah.
Ladies and gents?
Week number 5.
Week number 5 of the Big Money Stylist podcast. We're so excited to be here today, and we have a crucial topic and conversation to talk about today in light of a lot of things that have happened this week. Let's be real.
There's a few things that have happened. There's a couple things that have happened this week.
I mean, I have straight hair. Ani has more hair.
It's perfect. I mean, just look at it.
So many things. But Garrett, why don't you introduce us to what our main topic of discussion is today on the podcast?
Oh, I thought you'd never ask.
Oh, I thought you'd like it.
I thought you'd never ask. Did you bring my belt?
Were you going to whip it?
Well, do a little whip. All right, listen. So here's the deal. If you're turning into this show for the very first time, here's what I can tell you. You're in the right place if you're an artist, a hairstylist, and you're looking to solve one big problem, and that is the slavery and bondage behind the chair that you have experienced for a very long time as an artist. Now, we're going to identify what that is first, because we're going to identify every week because we get new listeners here every time. There is one domain you've got to remember inside of this, and that is bigmoneystylist.com. Bigmoneystylist.com, where you can find out more details about upcoming events, trainings, and experiences with artists just like you from now 3 different countries. I'd like to say more than that, but it's actually 3. 3 countries, international trading company. It's going to get more and more and more as time goes on. But let's come back over here to the table. We're going to come to the trifecta. We're coming to the 3-pack. And Danielle, let's start with you. Slavery as a stylist. What the hell are we talking about here?
Slavery. You know, in hair school, we're not taught any business whatsoever. We're only taught the skills and the tactics we need to actually be an artist. But we're also taught that you're in a sense, like I went to hair school to like be my own boss, make my own hours, make great money, and hair school is typically like a year long. So I was like, what better schooling is there to ask for? Who doesn't want to be a hairdresser? This just sounds like the perfect situation. And so we're taught zero business. We're kind of thrown out into the world. We're trying to make it happen. And what we end up doing is selling ourselves into slavery because we have this mentality of you can only charge so much and you have to work 75 hours a week, 12 hours a day. Clearly, math isn't my strong suit, but you know what I'm saying. Like, we literally can't say no, and we just sell our soul to the art in which we love.
And this slavery, this selling of one's soul, has a consequence. Let's come on down here to Coach Ani. Coach Ani, give us a little dose of reality here. What is the overall cost you see inside of our clients' lives, artists who are living this slavery lifestyle and are not living the big money stylist experience?
Oh, it's burnout. There comes a point where no matter how much you love your job and you love the art and you love going into the salon, you start to resent every single person that sits in your chair because you don't want to be there anymore. You're just exhausted. And then eventually you just stop doing hair. The one thing you love to do, you won't do anymore because there was no more happiness in it.
Have you experienced this yourself, Coach Val?
Yes, I have.
What does this feel like? Paint this out for us emotionally. This
I didn't
prison.
stop doing hair, but I was doing it begrudgingly. I was leaving my family behind and going to work and like mad at my clients because I was mad at myself because I lost the freedom. I was a slave, working all the time, missing out on all the fun stuff, having no balance in my life, and not enjoying doing hair, not enjoying my clients, not enjoying any aspect of the job, which, like Danielle said, that's why I got into it in the first place, was the freedom in the art. And that shit got lost real fast.
So the freedom that we're speaking of is the freedom to have power as an artist in 2 locations. One is behind the chair, specifically with a unique method we call natural beaded rose, and on the front side of the chair, which is unleashing your inner badass business man or woman. We call it actually unleashing the bitch. We'll talk a little bit about unleashing the bitch today because our topic is around this idea of protection. Protection is our conversation. Now, we outline every single week a different direction. As if you've been listening to the show for a little bit, great. If not, you can go back and catch yourself up. Go back and listen to the pilot episode. That'll bring you up to speed. But here's the nutshell version. One week every month, we're going to talk around the idea of power and how you as an artist must access deeper levels of power in order to pull off stage 2, which is our second week every single month, which is production, which is the ability to go do the shit you know you need to do in order to make your business successful both behind the chair and in front of the chair. Week 3 then moves us into profit, which is being able to manage the money. Saying, okay, I've got the power, I got the production. Week 3, we're going to talk about managing the money, managing your numbers, and dealing with your business from that direction. And today, we're going to slide into home base here with this topic of protection. Now, We're going to swing this back over here. We're going to start here with Coach Val. Coach Val, you have children, yes?
Yes. 2 little nuggets.
2 little nuggets. Talk to me about the mother's sense of protection for the nuggets.
Oh, man.
Like, what is the natural sense
Crazy bitch comes out.
I'll cut a bitch.
All right, talk to me about this. So, and real talk, like, describe the feelings of protection for these 2 beautiful children of yours.
I would do anything for them, like absolutely anything. And anything that I thought was coming in harm's way towards them, I will knock out and do whatever it takes to protect them.
Is this something that you had to, go to school to learn?
No.
No, you just kind of were born with it.
Yes.
All right, Danielle, I'm going to come to you. Same question. You've got 2 little nuggets that are
They're
like a
getting
little,
bigger nuggets.
more like 2 little logs, not nuggets. All right,
Like
so
2 little logs.
talk about
Little logs.
little loggies.
So cute.
Talk about the natural protection feeling for you as a mother.
I just think it's like ingrained as us as women. We're like, I mean, once you have kids, like maybe you relate, maybe you don't, but like once you have kids, like literally, you're like Val said, I'll cut you. like you just like a little bit of like this other side of you comes out, and you're like, no, because it's not about you anymore. It's about like you're protecting your kids and paving a way for them.
Awesome.
And leading by example. So it's like you want to protect them the best you can.
So we're going to come back to this topic here in a second. I'm going to throw the ball back over to Coach Ani. But here's a piece I want you to catch. There's a natural aspect of who we are to protect, right? It's born inside of you. It's born inside of me. We don't have to try to go find it. There's this natural sense of protection that comes into our lives when we are speaking about something that we have created. We create something. And there's a natural linking to that creation of feeling protective of that creation. So we're going to come back over to the ladies, and we're going to bring the topic back over to the far right, to our Puerto Riqueña. That's right. I got to say it every week. All right. Our Puerto Riqueña. All right. So give it to us. Ani, protection. Talk about the thing in your life that over the last 5 years that you felt the most protective of.
Up until recently, I sweating a little bit. I was engaged.
Okay.
We were engaged for about a year and together for about 6.5 years. And yeah, that was definitely at the time the thing that I was most protective over. I feel like every step that I made, I knew was a step for us to continue to grow and build a life and continue forward.
And?
Unfortunately, or not even unfortunately, I'm not even going to say that. Sometimes things just don't work out the way you think it will. The path that you had in your head that you created at the time of who you were doesn't work for who you are now as you continue to grow and change. So we are no longer together, but it was great while it lasted. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's just I'm in a different place now, so.
Well played. So Coach Ani has brought into play 2 forms of protection for us. One demonstrated through the children example with Danielle and Ani, or Val, talking about babies and how there's a natural thing as a mom to want to protect what you've created. We have this other side of the equation where there is a time where our greatest growth is actually being inhibited by our protecting of something that no longer works. So this is where we're going to begin our conversation today. We're going to begin on this idea of protection. We're going to take a look at these 2 angles today, and specifically, we're going to look at inside of the hair industry, inside of your business. So we're going to come back over to the panel of the beautiful ladies. Let's come back to the Power Play Assassins from Orange County. Ladies, here is the topic on the table. The topic is a simple one. It is, we're each going to lay out one thing that artists protect that is actually causing them to suck at hair and suck at business. Like, they're very protective about a thing. So while I'm letting them think, I know I just threw this at them. Are you guys getting some ideas?
I got one.
Shit, all right. They got arms and hands up.
For today's show.
Ready to go. All right, so they protect. We're going to start over to the far right. We're coming back to the Puerto Riqueña. All right, let's go.
God.
Ani, what do you got for us? Give us one that you see.
For me, it's the quantity of clients that they have. They want more clients and more clients and more clients. Even if you don't have time to service them, you don't even like the service you're doing, they're super protective of, well, I had 603 clients this week. You're like, that sounds very exhausting, but good for you. You had 603 clients today. So.
And I picked up a cocaine habit. All right, beautiful. So
Just
we
one more bump.
have protection of this inside of the game of having a belief system that more clients actually equals more money. We discussed this a couple weeks ago on the show. Okay, cool. Let's continue to roll down the lane. Let's come to your immediate right to a not Puerto Ricana, but
the darkest skin tone in the room.
the
Oh
darkest
my
skin
God.
tone. Oh, darker
You
than
and
the
your
Puerto
tan.
Rican.
You were a dick last week, and now
Yes,
you're bringing it this week,
that's
too.
right. That's what she
My
does.
thing.
So talk to me. What's one thing you see here, Val, inside the industry with Silas today?
I think people are really protective of them being popular. They're more concerned about being popular than like the work that they're delivering or
Damn
getting
it,
the
you stole mine.
or the same.
That's why we came to you last. You should have the most, Danielle.
Okay, keep going.
So yeah, that.
She totally killed your vibe. I mean, you had like major flow going, and then Danielle like threw a crowbar
Because
in
I'm
your
like
spokes
coming
on
up
your
with my
bicycle.
thoughts. I'm like, so good. People protect the wrong shit. And then Val says, I'm like, damn it.
Your shots went into my brain. Shot into my brain. I said
Literally, Val just stole your idea straight out of your head. Okay, cool. So we've got another side then. So we've got two different versions, two belief systems. Danielle, I'm going to put you on the spot
All
to
right,
come up
let's
with a
do
third.
this.
Let's
well,
go.
my third is like carrying on with Val's is people get so much of an ego about the wrong things, about the wrong numbers. Followings could be one of them, that they don't actually take a minute to like look at their numbers or look at the shit that actually matters. And I know with inside of our BMS group, they just to like kind of recap on that, people think like, oh, I have to have like a couple 100,000 followers to be successful. I'm like, we've actually proven that couldn't be more wrong.
Right.
So let's go ahead and like get that thought out of our idea, or let's get that thought out of our minds. And so many people like just hold themselves to like kind of the social media number, I guess you could say.
I
Those
didn't know that
bastards.
likes could be counted to pay your mortgage, but
Yeah,
that's good.
I guess they can.
Again,
Can I pay my car payment in my Instagram likes, please?
Look
yeah,
how many followers I have.
it's like
I
I got
it's like
34
the new
comments.
Bitcoin. Yes, it's like the new Bitcoin. Like the new cryptocurrency of 2018 is found in Instagram hearts. So can't pay your mortgage? No problem. You just forward how many fucking hearts you got this week, and you will absolutely be able to pay your car payment. All right, so we're going to take this idea then. We've got beliefs, obviously, around the game of how you create that you protect. And I'm going to have you consider that the greatest protection that we display that gets in our way is the protection of looking good. Like, this is the hardest one, that there is a chip, just like protection inside of Mama Tiger, Coach Val, and Mama Tiger Danielle, with the two nuggets and the two little logs. And there's this natural thing of protection that happens. There's also a natural tendency to want to protect ourselves from looking
Bad.
fucking ridiculous, looking not good, looking bad. So we're going to start our conversation here again. We're going a different angle. We're going to talk about this inside the hair industry. We're going to first talk about, through this experience, through all three of our beautiful ladies here, when they have found themselves stuck in a place where they're trying to look good, and what it actually caused them was not getting what they wanted. You guys clear on the topic?
Yep.
Like trying to look good, like you're just protecting not looking bad, and so you're doing or not doing some shit that is definitely not getting you what you want. Danielle, we're going to start with you. What do you got?
I think that, well, specifically on Natural Beaded Rose, there's several salons that have full-on copied Natural Beaded Rose, didn't change it at all, basically just put their own stamp on the name of it. And for so long, in our industry, it was like, no, just be better. Don't be bitter, be better. And so it was just
Is that
like,
really a comment somebody made?
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
be bitter,
Don't
be better?
be bitter, be better. I was like, fuck you, bitch, I am better. That's what I wanted to say. But,
I
you know,
like it.
I'm
Getting
better than that, so I
spicy.
didn't.
Good call.
Yeah, so I just think that, I just think I got lost.
That's all right. It was a massive explosion of "fuck you, bitch." That it rattled you a little bit. I'm okay with that. I like your fire today. I like your fire today.
I think that there's this tendency in our industry of like, no, just like everybody's sharing and caring, and like it's fine, and we don't need to protect, and we're all a bunch of hippies and blah 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 blah.
Totally.
And everybody is like, no, don't put this person down. Like, it's just sharing is caring.
Don't ruffle feathers.
Don't be better
mean.
than that. You're the bigger person. And it just kind of comes down to, like, for example, I made a blog post on a salon in Arizona named Habit, who I feel like I know they completely copied the system of MBR and are calling it Habit Hand Tied. And I knew this for the last year, but I didn't want to be that person who ruffled feathers. And I kind of just put it away. I was like, whatever, I'm just going to push my own marketing and, like, we're good. I'm just going to, like, worry about us and success and things like that. And then I had a stylist tell me that I thought you guys were in cahoots together. I thought you were, like, collaborating brands. And I was like, oh, hell no, we're not. And so I was like, well, I was kind of, like, past the point of wanting to be, like, upset about it. I was just like, whatever. But I was like, you know what? I do feel like I need to make a post and bring some clarity to the marketplace. So I felt like I made a pretty tactful post of, like, hey, here's my story of how I created Natural Beauty to Rose. And here's what's going on with Habit. And she basically came to I taught her in Arizona. She basically...
I got an idea. I have an idea.
Well, I just was going to sum it up.
No, you don't even need to sum up. I want you to get on yourself. I don't want you to pull up that blog post. Let's fucking read it.
I was going to say I could read it.
And while you're pulling it up and getting ready to read it, I'm going to continue down here to your two assassins to the left. Val.
Yes.
This idea of protecting. Give me an example of something you've tried to protect in your world that maybe you shouldn't have been trying to protect.
Do you want me to keep rolling with this?
You could be that. It could be something else. Yeah, we're going to come back to the blog post. We'll talk about that here in a second.
Well, I feel like in this, like, this is so relevant to, like, what's happening right now with NBR being copied. And we've known it for a while, and we've tried to take, like, the high road and all of that. And I've been, like, quiet and, like, neutral. But it's funny to see people comment back and be like, collaboration over competition and the stuff that's, like, being said. But it's like, someone who created something wouldn't be saying that. Someone who's stealing something would be saying that. There's no collaboration. And there comes a point... Art is so personal, and when you actually create something and someone, like, takes that from you, you have, like, you are protective of it. Like you said, you create a human, but if you create an extension method, you create art, you create anything, like, you would be offended if someone was, like, taking that. So I think it's, like, kind of frowned upon and, like, don't be protective, don't be, because it looks like we, girls, it's like you're being a catty bitch and you're saying something. But that's not the case at all. And that I feel like that those comments come from people who are actually doing the copying. Copying isn't the, like, highest form of flattery by any means. And it's not that it's competition, but it's just there wasn't a collaboration. So it needed to be cleared up.
I always say you can't take a book that's been printed, rip off the cover, put another cover on it, and say you wrote the book.
Right.
You didn't write the fucking book. You just stole it.
So, Coach Johnny, why do you think inside of the hair industry there is such a tendency to a passive-aggressive, crazy bitch social media game? Like, nobody wants to talk direct about this. Like, I obviously I've been married to Danielle, 15 years. I've been around the hair industry quite a bit. I haven't been in it until the last, 2 years with you guys, really immersed in it. And I come from a totally different world of financial services. I come from a totally different world of real estate, of banking. I come from a totally different world of training men, aggressive, multi-million-dollar business producing, 20 million, 50 million, 100 million, no fuck around business. Guys don't fuck around. They just blast through shit. If there's an issue, they confront it. Nobody posts any passive-aggressive by pussy pictures on Instagram. So-and-so, and he's so-and-so. It's just like a direct blast. So this was an interesting thing for me to be exposed to the hair industry and to watch this culture that has taught artists that it is not okay to actually protect what you've created, that it's actually more of a socialist system of saying socialism is the key. We take from the people who create and give to all the people who are willing to take. Why do you think this exists so heavily? And why do artists inside the industry continue to feed this bullshit?
Well, I think part of the problem is because they don't actually see themselves as businessmen and women. They still view it as a hobby, and hobbies are fun, and hobbies you share with your friends, and you get together and you do a bunch of shit together. But the other problem is nobody likes conflict. No one. That's why Danielle did that when people were like, oh my God, she fucking said something, because that was it. The gloves were off. We're fucking addressing this. Nobody wants to stand up and say, what you did is super fucked up. I don't like that. I don't appreciate it. Here's how we're going to handle it. Because confrontation, people would rather hide and be like, no, Val, you're fine. That was totally great. And walk away and be like, that fucking bitch. I can't believe she looked at me like that. Because having to look at someone and say, that wasn't cool, I don't appreciate that, is not common. And I feel it's not just hair, it's everywhere. Nobody wants to address anyone at any point or be direct ever. And that's the problem. And people assume if you're direct, I would know that you're such a fucking bitch all the time, that you're so rude, you're such an asshole. No, I'm direct. I'm not being aggressive. Here are the facts. Here's what happened. Here's what's going to happen. Here's where we're at now. You're not being a dick or a bitch. You're just stating out facts. And people don't like that. They don't like reality. They want to live where they live in their own mind all the time. And when reality smacks them in the face, like it did with Danielle's blog post, they're like, oh shit. They're like, it's going down. It's like, it's not going down. Here's just the facts of what happened.
Yeah.
There it is.
Isn't it funny? And we're going to hear this blog post here in a second. And then I'm going to share with you a short tale about a woman by the name of Megan.
I'm so excited for that.
Megan Shun is her name, who decided to tell me I was in bitch mode and put on some panties. And so I confronted this bitch. I said, you are not dealing with an artist in the hair industry. You are dealing with Garrett J. White. And I'm about to slap you to fucking Timbuktu. So this came after the fact of the blog post. I don't have a problem with conflict. Like, I actually have the opposite problem, which is if there's conflict, I like to be in the middle of it, even if it has nothing to do with me. I've had to learn how to do the opposite thing, which is how to not be involved in every conflict that goes down around me and just select the wars that I choose to take on. I chose to take one on and slap some bitches over some shit that went down yesterday. I'm looking at it as a pastime sport. And I know some of you are going to be like, oh, my God, he's a woman beater. Oh, my God, he's an asshole. Oh, my God. I know. Listen, you don't know who the fuck I am. Google me. All right, listen. We're going to come to this topic.
Garrett, you don't have enough hearts.
You don't have enough hearts. Listen, go look at my Instagram following. I don't have enough hearts on there, obviously. But I'll put a big fuck you picture of this one right here. I'm going to look right in the camera so I can screenshot this shit right there. There you go. All right. How long was this in? This was 22 minutes in. I'm going to screenshot that shit, put it on Instagram. You can go look at it. All right, Danielle, let's come back to the blog post because here's the crazy part. We're not like, this was years in the making. There were cease and desist letters sent to this company, Habit Salon. We requested nicely that shit stop. It wouldn't stop, and it not only didn't stop, they continued to make moves that were complete. Now, listen, in the business world, I'm used to it, but the troubling thing is when you let a wolf into the chicken coop, which is exactly what's happened. We have a wolf that has gotten into the chicken coop, and all the chickens are fucking scared. But when the hunter shows up and shoots a fucking wolf in the head, everybody realizes they didn't need to be worried about the wolf. They needed to be worried about the hunter who shot the fucking wolf in the head who protected the chickens. Now, let's come to the blog post because this was just a post of the facts.
Okay.
There was not even anything crazy beyond. So let's go.
I'll
let's roll
just start before I read. I posted this, like I said, for years I had known. And I posted this because there was a lot of people would come to my classes and say, didn't you teach Habit? Didn't you teach Chrissy? And then I would just be like, yes, I taught her. And I would leave it at that and never say anything else. And then it brought to my attention that we were in collaboration. I was like, we are definitely not in collaboration. And I felt like people should know that. So I wrote on my blog post how I created MBR. And I know that beaded tracks and rows have been around for years. So if you want to know in detail how I created it and how I feel like it is 100% different than anything else at the time on the marketplace, go read my blog post and you can see how I created it.
Or better than that, you could go to bigmoneystylist.com. You could sign up for the class and you could join us. And you could be part of, yes, I'm sorry, this is not a typical hair class. This is not $100. This is a real training. This is a real fucking training where real business is dealt with, not taking a few more cool pictures and posting them on Instagram. You could head to bigmoneystylist.com, check out the short movie there, and, well, apply. And you'll be in a conversation with Coach Val, and we'll decide if you're fit for one of the upcoming classes. We're sold out clear until the summer of 2018. Now, back with that shameless pitch, which I don't care. I will pitch because our shit works and our students get incredible results. Let's come to the blog post.
So I'll just read the post specifically about Habit Salon in Arizona. We moved to Arizona for 2 years. Okay. We moved to Arizona for 2 years before we moved to California. This is where Chrissy Rasmussen reached out to me to learn natural beaded rose. I taught her MBR, and then we moved to California. I gave her my entire book of MBR clients. For the next 2 years, she traveled to Laguna to have me do her MBR. We even went to a couple hair classes together. Then Habit began to pick up momentum on social media, and then next thing you know, Habit Salon launches Habit Hand Tied. She begins referencing MBR as Habit Hand Tied and teaching MBR as Habit Hand Tied. Was it the hair or the system? Either way, she was teaching MBR and advertising it as Habit Hand Tied. People may assume we are in collaboration. We are not in collaboration and currently in a lawsuit with Habit. So those are the facts. I'm at a point in my business where business is business and I have to protect what I have built, and in doing so, support the stylist and actually invest in MBR and the vision of where we are going.
Okay.
I don't think I feel like
My favorite part of like all
Let's go.
this,
Val, what do you got?
one, that you stood up for yourself, because so many people, like I've seen her struggle with it. So I'm so proud that like you took a stand on it. But the outpour of positivity
Right.
from our NBR stylists that felt protected, because here they come, they invest in the money, they come out here. We're not easy on their assignments and stuff. They invested 3 weeks of pre-training, constant like homework assignments. They have like a hard 2 days when they're here, and we're super invested in them. They took all this time, spent the money, and then they go back, and then the person next to them is offering the knockoff version for cheaper, and they're having to like compete with that. And like we have to convince them, like not convince them, but like reassure them your quality will speak volumes. So in the long run, like your quality will speak for itself, and that person who's competing with you with the knockoff method will fall off, and the client will end up in your chair if it's the right fit, you know? But I loved how all our NBR stylists feel so protected now. Like we're standing up for Danielle, for the NBR brand, but for all of our stylists who have spent the money to invest with us, a company who cares. We don't just teach the class and then like, best of luck.
Yeah.
BMS was born because we cared so intensely about the stylists that they were succeeding at it, that they were good about it. Because Danielle wasn't like, oh, you're having trouble? Well, that sucks. Like, you suck and I'm really good. It was like, no, this method works. Well, where's the problem? Where's the disconnect? And I felt that same thing. And that is literally how BMS came about, because we were so invested in the stylist. And that gets lost in so many other education forms. Like, no one else is checking on you every single day. Hey, how's your beadwork? Send me pictures. Okay, we'll send you a video while we're in the salon to make sure you're getting things like on point. Where are your numbers at? Like, we are so invested in the stylist, in the clients having a great experience. And I love that Danielle is holding everyone to a higher standard in the industry for the client experience. Her educating, like, it's second to none, and I'm super proud that you stood up for it, and I'm super proud to be a part of it.
I
Amen.
honestly feel like through posting that, I didn't really think much of it, but the response has been huge. And like Val said, it's been mostly positive. Like, there's been a couple curveballs, but it's been everybody's, even people that aren't a part of our education have been like really supportive and been like, yep, I thought so, you know. And just other stylists have reached out and been like, yeah, it's not just you they're copying. And I've just had tons and tons of positive reinforcement. And so I'm like, I think it need to be said. And I think I took a tactful route about how I did it. And again, it's because it's about protecting those who invest in me. And it's not just about me. I know when I was teaching smaller classes, I was like, I wanted to say something. I wanted to speak up, but I just felt like I didn't have the tribe that I do now, you know. And I didn't know if I could kind of speak up and protect my.
Because confrontation is somehow frowned upon, but we're not being confrontational in it. We're addressing the facts and like, no, I actually built this. I created this system. Like, these are my thoughts, my ideas, my trial and error. And I was generous enough to like share it with people. And you're just fucking stealing it and running with it and calling it your own?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
No.
But it's frowned upon to confront it. But
Right.
now, I like that now that it's been brought to light, we've confronted it and we're getting so much positive feedback. And I know that, I just know when you do something, it trickles into a positive effect to so many other people.
Right.
And it will have other artists stand up for themselves.
Right.
Because there's no way she's the only person that's getting knocked off in this industry.
Right.
But it's a shady industry in some aspects. So we're raising the standard all around. Like, no. Give the artist like the credit,
Right.
you know?
It's
invest
both-
in that artist, invest in yourself, invest in your business.
Right.
You won't regret that.
It kind of goes both ways. It's like it's good for those trying to build something for themselves, but it's also good for the stylists like, hey, not cool. Go invest, you know?
Right.
So there's some thoughts coming from my lead assassin inside of BMS.
Mm-hmm.
What do you got right here? What are you seeing from all this? Because you've gotten to sit on the outside and watch this. Val's been here inside the salon with Danielle for last like 2-3 years, 2 years now, 2+ years. Like in our time zone and in the way that we work and operate as a business, 2 years is like 10 years compared to a normal business. The speed that we move. We launched BMS 18 months ago. You were one of the first ones to be inside of that experience. We're now in situations with events, 8 events sold out through this year, and we're not cheap because the training is legit and it's real, and it's $4,000 a person to come, 20 people per event, sold out, intimate, 5 trainers happening inside the game. We've done 170th stylist our last event. We have a 300 person stylist happening this summer. We've got 2 300 stylist events happening in the fall, already booked and scheduled. We have 12 events in the fall. We have a massive mastermind online of not individuals paying $49 a month or $19 a month. They invest $500 a month to train their asses off with us. We're live with them for 3 hours every single week. We do all of this shit, and you are the one who sits at the top of governing that part of the empire here and making sure that our students get results. Why is this a big deal in your mind for our students who may be listening and to those who are already invested with DKW Styling through the Big Money Stylist program? Why was this move for Danielle, in your mind, a good move and a solid move for the artists who actually want to be elite inside this game with MBR?
Well, I definitely think, every event we've ever done since I've been here, since before we came here, everybody would always ask, but it was asked in very hushed tones, like, so did you hear about Habit? And I'm like, we're not going to talk about it. Move on. We're focusing on something else. But I feel the more that we pushed it off and we're like, we're not talking about it, we're not addressing it, it almost made it feel worse. Like, they're not talking about it. There must be some shit going down. So I think the fact that Danielle addressed it, and I think the post was perfectly fine. There was nothing thrown. It was, hey, here are the actual facts of what happened, and that's it. Now people know. There's no more questioning. There's no more side noise. There's no more chaos. And I feel now everybody can focus forward and say, okay, here's the path I chose. Here's what we're going to do. But on top of that, I think, like Val said, like the camaraderie that I've seen of everybody jumping in together and saying, fuck yeah, Danielle finally did it. And I saw it on Facebook. I saw it on my Instagram. I saw it in our network. And I don't know if you saw inside our network. It was post after post of, did you see what Danielle wrote? I did. Hearts, emojis, fire. Oh shit, it's going down. It's happened. Like everyone's just so excited because finally it's been addressed that NBR is the OG extension method. Like Danielle started this shit from scratch and it was stolen. And now it's just everyone's rallying together and pushing forward and growing even more, knowing that they're not by themselves anymore. They never were, but it's hard when things aren't being addressed. It's like the elephant in the room. That's what was here. It's not there anymore. Now they know Danielle and Garrett and Val and Ani and all of us, we're going to fucking throw down to protect everything we've created. We're not going to roll over and let someone steal it. They've invested in us just like we've invested in them. It's time away from our families, from our lives. It's money. It's everything. We invest in them as much as they do in us, and we are going to protect that. And now they've known it. They've had that idea, but now they fucking know we are down to do whatever we have to do to make sure that they are set and good to go and the path is clear. There's no more chaos. There's no more noise. And we're not going to fucking roll over and die just because someone said, oh, Danielle, you're being such a bitch. Like, whatever. Okay, well, cool. Fuck you. Then get out of our way. Because at this point, you're either on the train with us or you get fucking steamrolled. Because we have no intentions of stopping, and our stylists know that, and we will, and I've said it before, I may not have created BMS. I came in it when it first started, but I will protect this shit like it is my baby because that's how I feel about it. I love it with my heart and soul. I love all of our artists, and it's not about money or just NBR or business. I know shit about their lives, their families, their children. Like, I know them as human beings, not as a credit card in our fucking system.
They're your logs and nuggets.
They are my, I have 113 logs and nuggets.
113 logs and nuggets.
I love my logs and nuggets. But that's what it is. I feel they now know, like, we do love you guys and we have your back 100% of the way, and we're not going to back down. Anything comes against us, comes against them. We fucking got this, and we will handle it every single time.
So there are going to be a bunch of thoughts going through your mind as you're listening to this. And I want you to really take a second to just filter through and listen to yourself about what's going on in your mind. Some of you may be sitting there and you're going, shit. You know, I have not taken a stand for myself in my art and in my business this way. Right? I've not taken an aggressive stand and said, listen, these are the facts. I'm defending the facts. I'm not making up fiction. And you feel bad because you haven't been doing it. Flip side, you're somebody who has maybe watched this go down with other people, and so you're cheering and championing this on because you've seen this happen to other people. You maybe are sitting in a situation in which you're one who takes. You're a fucking thief. And you're listening to this and you're like, hey, you know what? I'm a fucking thief. Like, what the fuck am I doing? Nobody is guiltless inside of this game called life. Right? All of us have fucked up the game. All of us have violated trust with other people. We have taken ideas that weren't ours. We have done things that were not appropriate. We have said shit that was stupid. We have made mistakes. We have messed up hair. You guys have all messed up a lot of hair in hair school. You messed up hair and you fixed it. And shit course corrects. And this is not a conversation of trying to be right. This is a conversation of protecting what has been created. But it's bigger than just trying to protect something that is created. I have watched Danielle not protect it when it was just about her. She is just, my wife has an ability to reframe things, and she just doesn't. Chrissy, you're listening to this. I guarantee it. And know that you fucking came to our house, our backyard, and you came to my wife's salon, and you asked for help, and it was given to you freely. Freely given to you. And Rich, if you're listening to this, which you are, it was given to her freely. Never once was there a fucking request for money. There were requests to stop stealing. You could have been part of the show. But instead you chose a different path. And when it was just Danielle, I got to hear about it, and I got to watch her reframe it and let it go. But the moment that we had 100+ artists who every day train with us, and we've got marriages, and we've got families on the line, and we have children with ballet lessons, and we've got individuals with bills, what we started to see was this was no longer just about protecting Danielle. This wasn't about protecting NBR. This was about protecting the 120+ families that sit under our stewardship in this training protocol. We're not a one-off, one-hack, fucking $100 color class. And the craziest part is you're listening to this, and you go watch the video version so you can look me in the fucking eyes. The greatest challenge that people have who are takers, moochers, looters, and fucking thieves is that they chase the frosting and they lack the power at the core. We're not trying to make some money. We are starting a fucking revolution, and we're going to change the entire fucking industry. So if you think we're going to slow down, if you think we're going to stop, you are out of your goddamn mind. So if you want to know who's backing this shit, it's fucking me and thousands of men just like me who rally around the cause of protecting the sacredness of the rise of these artists and these women. I'm not coming to make a few pennies. I'm coming to punt the entire fucking industry and restore order to slaves who have been put in bondage and chickens in the coop who are being terrorized by fucking wolves. I'm the hunter, motherfucker. I'm the goddamn hunter.
I feel like I'm watching a movie right now,
Well,
and I liked it.
all right, well, let's make it a little lighter. Let's make it a little lighter.
That's my bedtime story to my kids every night.
Let's make it a little lighter. All right, I'm going to make it a little lighter. I'm going to share a little fun little
Were
exchange.
you guys kind of sucked in there too?
I'm like, yes!
so good. It's so good.
It's a little intense. A little intense.
So intense.
Play that
Totally-
right before I go to
That's
bed
why-
every
that's
night.
why I love you.
Totally true. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm gonna share a little exchange I had.
Man, this show is
I'm gonna share a little exchange I had with Megan Chung.
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 Okay,
Her name is Megan Chung.
I'm sure I slaughtered that name.
Her name is Megan Chung, and she came over and she made a little post. She made a little post on the blog. You showed me this last night. Danielle doesn't like to look at the comments. I get it because they fire her up. They should fire her up.
I just like to stay focused and.
Yeah, it's
you
a
know.
good thing.
I mean, I'll read a few and then I'm like, I don't have time for this, you know.
Yeah. Well, I listen. I do occasionally take time. I mean,
Yeah.
people talk shit about Warrior.
Yeah, every now and
me
again,
all
one
over the
like
place.
really gets you, and you're like, I'm gonna address this one.
Yeah. So here's what she said. She said, "I know where you learned your methods." She's speaking to Danielle directly about the posts that we just read. "I know where you learned your methods from, and it's definitely not something you did on your own. Don't claim invention when you're just a copycat. This is just a petty and unprofessional post. It's as if your motivation speaking husband," this is where I enter the picture, "wrote this for you." Now, right now, Danielle
Okay.
loses her mind right here last night. I'm thinking she's pissed off because of comment, but we find out the real reason. What is the
I
first
fucking
trigger?
write my own posts.
All right. Say it again. Why were you so triggered at first?
I write my own shit. Like, it's me. I try to be as real as possible, and I write every single one of my blog posts.
So you were first triggered by the fact that she thought that I had actually written
Because
this for you.
everybody was like, "Oh, it's Garrett's just doing it all for her." I'm like, "No, oh my god."
This is true. I actually was like the opposite of supportive in
Oh,
the beginning.
It's true. Like, but now like we're on the same team. But yeah, for a minute there, I was like, I gotta. Oh, so much work.
Okay, so let's continue. So we have the first trigger here. It continues down and she says, here comes the fun part. "Tell him to grow up or just put a pair of panties on."
That's why I had to share it with you.
I mean, she didn't even like clarify if I should wear a thong backwards and split my testicles. I mean, I don't know what she was talking about here. Then she ended it with a panties on period. And then she put hashtag bitch mode. Close quote. Okay, so then I decided to send her an email back last night. I said, Megan. I'm not even going to call her Megan. It's just Megan. Megan, I appreciate your feedback on the blog. And then I shared the quote with her that she had posted on the blog. "I'm inviting you to be a guest on my live show to explain more face-to-face about how you really feel, or are you just another catty bitch who talks shit online? So, answer, are you just another bitch with a big mouth, or are you ready to go toe-to-toe on this subject?" Okay, initial thoughts here on what's happening here. Let's come to Coach Val. Coach Val, what are you seeing going on right now between me and Megan?
I see Garrett having the time of his life because you are so used to like addressing stuff like face forward and very quickly. So this is nothing to you. And did she respond yet?
Oh, the tale gets bigger.
Oh.
It gets better.
Yeah.
Let's continue, and then we're going to come to Coach Johnny with the next feeling about what we saw here. Okay, so I write her this email last night, and she doesn't respond. So then this morning, I'm working on myself. It's like 5:30 in the morning. I send her another email. I said, Megan, it appears you're just another bitch with a big mouth online. Figures. Yes, this is Garrett J. White. Yes, I am the husband of Danielle K. White and the creator. Wait, I'm the husband of Danielle K. White. Shit. The creator of NBR. And yes, the offer is still on the table for you to come on my live show in front of thousands and debate this hashtag bitch mode topic that you seem so clear and confident about. So, are you going to put your big girl panties on and take this on, or just talk shit on the block?
Oh, that got it.
Your non-response will clearly demonstrate to both of us who the bitch really is. Waiting. ... Okay, so let's go. The drama is unfolding.
Oh my God. I just love that people, like when I read into it more after I was irritated that people think I don't write my own blog posts, I was like, Kate, let me guess. Is this chick from Utah or like Arizona and she met me or heard of me and so she thinks she knows me and my journey and how I created it or who created it or what? I was like, that was one thing. I'm like, people always solicit their opinion based on where they're at when they don't even really know somebody or know the whole story.
I mean, she doesn't even know what my favorite panties are. I
How
mean,
dare her.
what an ignorant bitch. All right, let's go. Ani, what are you seeing here with this so far?
Oh, she never intended on responding. She wasn't going to say shit.
No.
She just wanted to be a total dick to Danielle.
And it was just a comment. It wasn't even like on my Instagram. It was in a comment on my blog, which
I'm
I have
sure.
to approve.
Yeah. So she just wanted to be a dick and get a digging at Danielle because once again, people don't expect conflict. She thought Danielle would read it and be like, oh, I'm so sad. This fucking nobody doesn't like what I wrote. Fuck you. And then she got you, which to me is hysterical because she about shit her pants when she's like, oh, fuck, he was being serious. So,
well,
this is great.
The tale continues. Shall we continue with this tale? So then she emails me back, Mig-Han Chong. She says, some people, this was her first response, 6:15 a.m. this morning. Some people actually have real jobs to do during the day, period. Mine, ? Finding a cure for cancer. I can't make this shit up. She's literally writing this. You need to invest in some hobbies instead of virtually harassing someone online, you loser. Go bum around your nice crib in Cali and thank God for your wife's business. Now I got fucking triggered.
Oh shit!
So then I'm like, this bitch thinks that my wife built me financially. Are you fucking kidding?
That's what she pays you for, to write her blog post.
Yeah.
So Danielle and I are both, the thing I love the most about this is
I can
Danielle,
imagine you at 6:15 this morning.
Oh, I was like, no, you did not just say that my wife built my empire. I was like, holy shit, I'm about to unload. All right, so we continue. I said, so I would take it that you are declining my offer. Hold on, I need to go down. Oh, yeah. So I would take it that you're declining my offer. She came back and she said, I don't live in California, you strung out loser. And then I emailed her back and I said, so is that a no? So here's the thing. I continue with this. So I said, I would take it before I said the last one. So I would take it that you're declining my offer. And as far as harassment, this is no such thing. I'm simply continuing the conversation you decided to start on our blog. So are you a yes or a no for the live show, tough girl? Yours truly, Garrett J. White, which, by the way, she put yours truly on the first one. And that's when she came back and said, I don't live in California, you strung out loser. And then I came back and said, so that's a no. And I've had no response from that point. So here's the thing I wanted to get to, though. And the reason
That just clears up that she doesn't know me or you.
And if you're sitting there curing cancer, I feel like you wouldn't be trolling blogs to write nasty comments.
Everybody knows that the most productive people in the world of cancer solutions these days are definitely passionate about NBR hair extensions. Okay, so let's come over here. Here's a topic I'm going to bring to you, ladies, I want to discuss here as we kind of go into our final piece for the show today. There's this interesting game. So she brought up that I was harassing her. Okay, So watch what happens. Mig-Han Chun, I'm even going to read her email address. Mig-Han Chun.
She might want fan mail.
Mig-Han Chun. Let's see. I don't know where she is. Anyways, Mig-Han Chun. She posts on the blog harassing Danielle. Danielle has a public forum, which is a blog post. And Megan comes and makes an aggressive attacking comment, like all the rest of fucking trolls on the internet. She blasts Danielle on the blog and then declares that I'm the one that's harassing because I engaged her. Ani, talk to me. What are you seeing here? And why is this a challenging epidemic for artists when it comes to conflict?
Oh my God. It was so easy for her to go and say something to Danielle, but heaven forbid you say something back. And I think that's just the way it is. People never expect there to be kickback of some form and sort. She said it because she wanted to say it. She wanted to be a fucking bitch because that's what it was. There was no outcome coming from her comment. There was nothing like, hey, Danielle, I would love to know more. It's just like, oh, Danielle, boo, you suck. Well, cool. Thanks for your comment. Like, go finish curing cancer, like whatever. So the minute that Garrett came back, she's like, oh, well, mine was just a comment. How dare you respond to me? And it's outrageous. People don't expect that anyone's ever going to come back and say anything. It comes back to conflict. She never in a million years expected, apparently, Housewife Garrett here to ever come back and say anything to her.
It's my new nickname on the show. My name is Garrett
So
J.
nice
White.
of you to fund him, Danielle.
I'm simply the man candy of Danielle, the ultra producer, which she actually is a mega producer. So there you go. Okay, let's continue. So what else are you seeing here, Val? Val, what are you seeing here?
I feel like you just put a mirror in her face, and she didn't like what she saw. Like, she came with the aggressive behavior, and you mirrored it back to her, and then she just, like, put all the blame on you, deflected that she went as the first person going aggressive on Danielle's blog. And I think that happens, like, a lot. When you stand up to someone comes in hot or aggressive with a confrontation, and you're not engaging in it, but you're standing up for yourself and protecting it, then all of a sudden you're the bad guy. It's like, you fucking started this, but I'm standing up for myself.
Beautiful. So I made a little quote. I made a little quote I'm going to post on Instagram tomorrow. I'm going to read you the quote. And Danielle, I want your thoughts on this. Here we go. Because quoting myself is what I do. I'm, I'm a very, very productive stay-at-home dad. Getting some shit done around here.
What's for dinner tonight, Garrett?
Well, I'm thinking eggs and toast.
Hey, that's my specialty. Don't knock it.
That's what I do all the time. Okay, you ready? Here's the quote. It's not actually going live on my Instagram page until tomorrow.
Okay, I'm ready.
But I created it today. It's right there. See? You guys see it? All right.
I like it.
You know, I'm gonna read it.
it.
Here it is. Bullies are only as strong as your unwillingness to punch back. Danielle, give it to us. What are you seeing here? What does this have to do with Mikatun?
I just think,
By the way, I'm not racist against Asians by saying Mikatun. I have many Asians on my team. We've got Puerto Ricans in studio. There's a lot of shit going on
I just
here.
think you like to jump into character. That's how I.
Mikatun. All right, what do you
The
got?
whites are known for their accents.
I know.
Everyone knows that.
What are you getting from this? Bullies are only as strong as your unwillingness to punch back. What do you got?
Bullies are only as strong as you're willing to punch back.
There's
I
your
just think-
unwillingness to
I
punch
just-
back.
Is your unwillingness?
Unwillingness. They're only as strong as your unwillingness to punch back.
Like, meaning, like, I feel like you can't let them affect. I don't know where you want me to go with this. I'm
All
not
right,
gonna
well, let's
lie.
continue down with the rest of our team. Let's see Ani, what do you got? What are you seeing here?
Because when a bully comes to you and says something, if you lie down and take it, you're giving them all of the power.
Permission,
That's
yeah.
what it is. So she came to you, you respond. Even the Chrissy thing, that all this shit happened, she had power because you never said anything. You took back all of your power the minute you were like, fuck this shit, I created NBR, and that's how it went forward. So when someone starts to bully you, if you roll over and die and take it, you give them all the power. If you stand up for yourself and say, nope, fuck you, you take back all your power immediately.
All right, Val, what do you think about this?
I mean, I can't even add to that. That was perfectly said, Ani. But I agree. And I want to post that quote as well. You can send that to me.
If we could regram it, that'd be great.
Is this a thing you can regram?
I just find it baffling when people like solicit their ignorant comments. Like, it's mind-boggling to me that people do that, because I guess I'm too busy and would never do that. So it's like, even if you're triggered or something bugs you, I would never be that person. And so, but then there comes this point of where, like, okay, I'm not trying to be a bully. I'm fucking trying to stand up for what I built and those who have invested in me and believe in my vision, you know? And so it's like a fine line with that. And I think that people are just, like a comment like that, a passive aggressive comment like that on the blog, knowing that nobody would see it. Like, that's just fucking rude. You know, I'm like, it's a character flaw.
Absolutely. And it comes down to, I mean, it's thanks for the opinion I didn't ask for.
Yeah,
like, didn't ask for a fucking opinion.
Yeah,
even when
unsolicited
people,
feedback.
like, I've heard shit, even about my hair, they're like, you're too little for that long of hair. I'm like, great, didn't fucking ask you. I wish I could go longer.
Who is it? I'm taking names. I'll cut their throat.
We'll put them on the hit list, don't worry.
The one thing that I'll say I know we're trying to sum up the show, the one thing I'll say is, like, I knew I would take heat for this post. I knew it. I knew it, but I was like, nope, it needs to be said. And I know that even being a part of social media and taking a stand for anything, that you're going to take some heat. I know with Garrett and his business, he's constantly taking heat because he's constantly taking a stand. But his stand, and even my stand, is to be a better person and like raise your standards. And it's crazy to me that we get shit off that. Do you know what I mean? It's just mind-boggling to me. But I have to come in it with the attitude of like, hey, I'm using social media. I'm also voicing my opinion. I'm taking a stand for things. So I'm going to get thrown a few like crazy people at me. And it's like, who do you want to deal with it? Like Garrett said, what fires am I supposed to be fighting? I choose my battles, choose my fights. And choosing my fight to stand up for myself to protect my brand and my tribe, abso-fucking-lutely.
Amen.
Val.
Yes.
How does this apply to artists? We've got, if an artist is trying to make a change, and we watch this happen with our students, it's a nerve-wracking thing to put yourself out there.
Yes.
And part of the heat comes from oftentimes people that we care the most about, right? So here we're using a pretty dramatic example, which is the collision of two salons and a big exchange, and me conchum. And everybody wants to hear about me conchum, but inside of that game, like you watch this happen, you watch the experience for yourself, going on camera, taking pictures of yourself, taking pictures of your clients, being able to deal with the fact that people talk shit. There's where you used to be, and there's where you are now. You used to live in Riverside and work at a salon there, Salon OC, and then you moved here. You were part of the DKW Styling inside of Orange County. Like, there's a lot of shit talking that can go on around the outside. What is your advice to an artist who is needing to protect their confidence as they're leading themselves to this new place? What have you found useful for you, and maybe even the way you think, or maybe mantras or things you've kind of been able to tell yourself or think through that have helped you continue to take a stand and protect your confidence as individuals are attacking?
I'm very cautious of like who I allow around me or what I like take in. So even if it's something on social media, if it's not inspiring me and helping me grow, if it's sidetracking me from my end goal, then I just don't engage in it. And if that means I have to unfollow that person. And then, like, in real life, the same thing. Like, if that friendship isn't serving me and there's too much, like, passive-aggressive comments going on, then I withdraw from that friendship and cut it off. And so if it's not inspiring me and serving me and keeping me on track for where I'm focused and where I'm headed, which I'm super clear where I'm going, then it falls to the sidelines and I just, like, let it go. No, not harboring any hard feelings, but just, like, I got to be focused and I can't keep getting sidetracked by this outside noise. So I just... And it's not living in a land of like La La Lands and unicorns and rainbows, but I just like, you do have to keep it positive on what you allow in to sidetrack you. And I can't have side distractions. So even if that means it's a family member that doesn't know so many details of like what I'm doing, I'm just staying focused. And then what is around me, they have that same mindset as well. Like I know everyone at DKW Styling has each other's back. Everyone who is in my life, like we are all on that same like mind frame where we're moving forward, we're helping each other grow, and when there is like any conflict with us, it's to help us grow, not to just have like a bullying thing or a shit talking thing or a passive aggressive comment. It's like if there's any like what do you always say, we can't be afraid to collide. If there's any collision with us, it's to help us grow, like this isn't working, this is how we're going to make it better, and that serves me, and that's the kind of collision I'll take on. That's the kind of conflict I'm okay with. But if it's outside bullshit noise about something I posted or what I'm wearing or Ani's hair is too long, I'm really upset. Or that I'm part of a cult. I got that today on my blog post defending Danielle. And I'm like, oh my God. But it's stupid. You can't focus on that. And you keep focusing on what's serving you and making you grow and inspiring you.
Beautiful. Okay, Ani, why does the BMS Mastermind support with this? Like, how does an artist who sits at the core of our training systems right now, comes to our 2-day event, you can check that out by going to bigmoneystylist.com and applying today and getting into one of the secured seats available that are still a handful available this year. Talk about how we've built the culture of the mastermind virtually. We're about to leave studio. We're going to go up and train them for a couple hours. There's a huge networking game going on every single day inside of our own private networks, not on Facebook, inside of our own private game. What have you seen in being able to help with the confidence of an artist being involved in the MBR tribe?
It's hard when you feel like it's hard when you feel like you're doing something alone, when you're on a path by yourself and there's no one to help you or just to even bounce ideas off of. It's 100 times harder. So now inside Mastermind, we have 113 students, and they're constantly going back and forth saying, okay, well, I talked to a client and this is what happened. What the fuck am I supposed to do with that? Or then this is what I saw in the salon, or guys, I want to be NBR only. What do I do next? It's a constant back and forth, and just it's help, it's support, and honestly, it's just love. When anything goes sideways, even with me, when my engagement ended, I talked to all of them about it, and they came in full force to be like, we fucking love you if you need anything. And I'm their trainer, and they still came to my aid. So it's not even just about like, we'll help you make more money. There's so much support and love on the back end too, as just human beings and people and moms and husbands and just humans. And that is, we're able to focus when we need help. And we know that we come into the group, we say, this is what I'm seeing. This is a problem. And everybody rallies around and we're like, it's cool. And I've seen family issues happen where an artist came and said, my dad just told me, he took me, like unfriended me from Facebook because my laugh was irritating. I'm like, fuck him. No offense. Fuck him. He's being a total dick about it. Who cares? At the end of the day, you're getting more clients. Look at all the positive feedback you've seen, and we rally because we are growing together faster. We're growing faster, better, stronger together as a group. We're not alone anymore. And it really is just a tribe coming together. And I love seeing that every day.
Danielle, give us final thoughts here as we wrap up the show today on this idea of protection and words of advice to our listeners and artists who may not be actually protecting what matters to them.
I would say my final thoughts, be an artist of integrity and invest in yourself, hold yourself to a higher standard. And if you do create something, don't be scared to stand up for you and what you believe in, because oftentimes it's not just about you and you have no idea where it could lead. I even believe specifically with kind of coming out and saying, hey, I was the creator of this, it will spark so many other artists to take a stand for what they know they should be doing. And I think that's amazing. And I think that gives me more courage to continue to do it. And I know that my heart is in the right place. And I know that what we deliver as far as education and just our overall care for human beings is unlike anything I've ever been a part of. And it's so cool to be with you guys and creating this. And so you guys should too hold yourselves proud of like, we're creating BMS. And so we are going to protect it and we're going to give it our all. So I would just close this show by, just go back and listen to more of our podcasts. Get a feel for us. Kind of like Garrett said earlier in the show, I like look into your heart. Like listen to this, and like sometimes words will trigger us. Like the F word was saying a few times in the show, but go kind of reach down. Like oftentimes there's words that trigger us, and for me, I'm like, how do I feel inside? What is my heart telling me to do? And if I could give you any words of advice, or just to close this show, like, go in it with the right intentions, hold yourself to a higher standard, and listen to your heart. And I know from experience, when I do that, it will never lead me the wrong direction.
That brings this episode number 5 to a wrap. Thanks so much for being here this week. We appreciate you here at the Big Money Stylist Show. Again, for all of the show notes, tips, and tricks from today's episode, you can head over to bigmoneystylistnow.com, where you'll find the audio, the video, as well as the show notes, as well as a written version of today's game, not just the transcripts, but an actual readable format, downloadable PDF for all that you heard today in today's conversation. For those artists that are looking for more training and deep dive discovery, and you're starting to find yourself more and more converted to the message, as well as the movement here at Big Money Stylist, I'd encourage you to head to bigmoneystylist.com, watch that short movie, and if it hits your heart right, apply, and we'd love to see you here in Laguna Beach, California soon in the future. Thanks so much for being here. My name is Garrett J. White. I am the co-host here with the Big Money Stylist Show, saying see you later. And we'll see you next week. Me gone too.